Hey there. In this video, I want to give an overview of the correlation and bivariate data module. As always, I have some assigned readings and notes. Make sure you check out these here. They'll list the readings that go along with whether using the Gravatar and Walnut text or the online statbook.com. These are the resources that we'll be covering in this semester, and sections that you can skip in the chapters. So if in the linear regression, you can stop at the regression to predictor section. We'll cover that in our Stat 2 class if you continue on with this. But make sure you go through my correlation and linear regression PowerPoint. I also have a video that walks through me lecturing through that. I'll show you in a minute. And my other correlation coefficients notes. So you can see the PowerPoint's linked on Canvas here. I think it's better if you download it to your computer instead of just viewing it here, because I have some notes in the PowerPoint section that you can't view in Canvas. You can only see if you actually download it. Let's see. Here we go. And then you can see some of my notes and then some of the answers too. There's a couple quiz questions. You'll have the answers to those there. So if you're quizzing yourself. Let's go back to the modules. Here are some little notes just on some other correlation coefficients. We're mainly going to talk about Pearson's product moment correlation coefficient, which assesses the linear relationship between two continuous variables or two variables measured on an interval ratio scale. And so if you're interested in, well, what if I have an ordinal variable and an interval ratio variable, or two ordinal variables? What kind of correlation could I use? I have a little breakdown here to talk about it. We'll talk a little bit about Spearman-Dreux as well, and we'll talk about it in the on the homework assignment as well. Here's a web link to just some examples of bivariate data. Here's learning objectives for this module. And here are two lecture videos that cover the topics we're talking about. I actually made these for another class, but I used the same PowerPoint that we go through in this class. So I thought I would post these lecture videos here. Here's the lecture video of me going through the PowerPoint. I give a little module overview. You can kind of skip through that part if you want. And then I have a walkthrough of me doing calculating it in SPSS as well. So you can
in this lesson we're going to discuss correlation and
there we go. You can see me there too. So you can see I kind of go through here. I am running through the analysis in SPSS as well. And both of these were, let's look at the first lecture. This one you see I sort of go through the same readings, kind of an overview. And here we are going through the lecture to the PowerPoint. So be sure you watch those. Where are we? Here we go. Always trying to make how-to guides. So you can see like how do we run the analysis in SPSS. Here's the data set. I use that so you can download that to your computer and load that into SPSS. How do you get the regression line on the scatter plot? I made a how-to guide on it. So you can see you can load the HSV2 data set. You would click on Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate, Regression. You'll bring the variables over you want to use. If you want Spearman-Dreux, you can check it there. It automatically checks Pearson's by default. And then I try to annotate the output for you. You can get a scatter plot. There's Kendall's tau, Spearman-Dreux. Where's Pearson's R? Did we ask for? Yeah. Oh, well, these are the non-parametric ones. This is in a different table. Uh, right here is Pearson's R, sorry. So you'll see that helpful guide. So it'd be better if I read through it instead of just look at it. But anyways, I try to walk through step by step how to do it here. Same thing with this. How do I get that regression line in the scatter plot? You kind of double click on the scatter plot in SPSS. Click on this little button. It looks like they're putting a line through the graph. You kind of see that here. And then you want to get a linear approximation. So click that button and bam, you get the regression line and then the linear line of best fit through those data points. Here are just some helpful videos I found online that talk about correlation and linear regression. I thought they were pretty good, so I linked to them. Here's somebody running through the getting the line of the scatter plot in SPSS, which was that last document I showed you. As always, we have a quiz and an assignment. The data analysis assignment, I basically have you run through 2 analyses. Here you're going to enter data, both of these 2 variables, enter data into SPSS, and then calculate both the Pearson correlation and Spearman's rho correlation, and answer some questions about it. And here I give you a data set. There's your data set assigned to data set. And you'll answer the questions based on it. We have basically a really long assessment, and we're trying to develop a shorter assessment, really long assessment that takes, what does it say? It doesn't say how long it takes, but anyway, say it takes like 8 hours. We want to develop a shorter type of assessment that's maybe only an hour. And we want to see, is the short assessment a good predictor of scores on the long version of the assessment? And so that's what that question's kind of doing. I have a couple optional questions. You can do them if you want to get bonus points. These calculate those other correlation coefficients that we were talking about. So here I get you to do the point by serial correlation, and here we're calculating the phi coefficient between 2 dichotomous variables. Well, that is my quick overview of the correlation bivariate data module. As always, if you need me, please reach out. I'm happy to help any way I can. Thank you.